Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming out to the Pleasantville School Board meeting. Today is April the 16th, 2024. We want to remember Mrs. Morgan, one of our board members. She lost her daughter recently, so we want to keep her and her family in prayer. We're going to stand for the flag salute, and if we could please have a moment of silence for her and who else may desire prayer or may desire any type of healing or whatever need may be.
Flag of the United States of America, the republic for which it stands, is one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This is to advise those present at this April 16th, 2024 regular board workshop action meeting of the Board of Education of the City of Pleasantville and the County of Atlantic that notice was given on January the 20th, 2024 of the revised annual designation of the regular monthly board meetings as required by the provisions of Chapter 231 of the laws of 1975. Notice thereof has been distributed for publication in the press, posted in the administration building, and forwarded to the city clerk of the City of Pleasantville within the time required by said act.
Roll call, Ms. White.
Ms. Alberto?
Present.
Ms. Clemens? Ms. King?
Here.
Ms. Mello?
Here.
Ms. Morgan? Ms. Silver?
Present.
Ms. Waters?
Present.
Ms. Gray? Ms. Roel?
Present. Next, public comments. Agenda items only. When you come, can you please come, state your name and your address, and remember we cannot discuss any personnel matters, and please be respectful and courteous. First, we have David Dudley, the PEA, from the PEA.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Item 6, number 6, HR. The matters involve the loss of a special education teacher and a paraprofessional. We, the PEA, have some concerns regarding special education and staffing. We have additional matters and concerns within the district to make sure that the district is ensuring students are being afforded and provided the required services based on their IEP or their 504 plan. We are now requesting a meeting as of today, April 16, 2024, with the Director of Special Services, similar to the meetings we have had with the Facilities Coordinator and Director of Security.
Dr. Martinez, do you have any comments? No. Okay, thank you so much. Next, we have Mrs. Priscilla Noel.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Buenas tardes, padres. For 3.9, the budget, a few things that I hope are in the budget are, because from what I'm understanding, especially when it comes to athletics, that facilities has charge over that and say, and their budget dictates what is given to the athletics department as far as repairs and replacement of equipment. The last meet we had last week, we lost because there were things in disrepair and deemed unsafe according to track and field regulations. Unnecessarily, we lost. So I hope in this budget, in facilities has calculated that there will be a replacement or a look into to get covers for the pole vault pit, the high jump pit, and the long jump, triple jump pit, because for too long they have been left in disrepair, and today I even witnessed the pole vaulters batting down with their sticks on the mat to try to get some of the dust and debris off. If any of these student athletes get sick because of the safety hazards that may be on these pits, every time they jump, a puff of cloud comes up. That should not be conditions that any student athlete who's representing this school or any other school should have to succumb to. It's unsafe and it's hazardous. I also hope that this budget includes repairs for the roof of the high school gymnasium, because apparently it's leaking. And this is an interruption in a safe and welcoming environment, learning environment for the students. So I hope it includes roof repairs, because it's leaking right now. As far as, and we got a new floor, and we have a leaking roof. I did make an inquiry about that, about a leaking roof, and I was reassured, no, the roof is not leaking. Yet here we are, months later, and the roof is leaking for the high school gymnasium roof. So facilities has a lot of work to do, and I don't like that they're Monday quarterbacking, and it slights the children, and they get shortchanged. They're the ones that should be taking priority and given priority to be serviced, and all the stuff that needs to be provided for them, I hope, is in this budget. Because if it's not, there's a lot to, like the shed. The shed has not been replaced. It's been knocked down and has not been replaced. According to few people, oh, it's in the facilities budget. So is facilities trying to slight the athletics department? Everything that the students work so hard for to represent this district gets slighted. They are the first face of this district when they go out into the community. So I would hope that it is budgeted in the things that they need and to get replaced. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Noel. Thank you so much, and you will like the budget. You'll be very pleased, and I think everyone else will be very pleased. Did you have any comments, Ms. Martinez? Okay. No more comments? Okay. I'm going to close this part of public comments. Next, we have Michelle Kennedy. Are you here yet, Michelle? She's our field representative from New Jersey School Boards. Can I pause real quick? Please forgive me, I had to give her a call because en route for her being here, someone had ran into the back of her, so she had to, make sure everything was okay and make sure she took care of her business. But she's en route to here, so I just want the public and the board to know we'll change Michelle Kennedy around, and we will be doing the superintendent's report.
They were going to ask you to stay up here today. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Kurt, I'm good. How are you?
Yes, for everybody to see.
I'm gonna put this. Mr. Becker, you ready? All right. Good evening. Hi.
All right. Good evening, buenas noches. Board members, staff, and members of the audience, and those that may be online with us. Thank you for joining us this evening. I'm happy to share with you the latest district updates. Well, I'm so happy to introduce our Pleasantville High School's Miss Greyhound winner, Violeni Celda Duran. She is the senior class president, and she will receive a scholarship as well as a free prom ticket. The Miss Greyhound competition was amazing. The young lady showcased a variety of talent, public speaking skills, and presented poise and grace as they walked the stage on March 27th. Our very own high school girls flag football team, that's a little louder. Yeah, they were invited to the Eagles Stadium. And they received a warm welcome by, you can see him there, the Eagles mascot. And that's just wonderful. We have a brand new team. So if you're coming into the high school, look out for this team. And then our very own high school performing arts department presented a spectacular Motown show to the student body. Greyhound Pride. We're so proud of our high school. Give them another round of applause. I'm sorry you can't see. Our middle school. The talent in our middle school is unreal. Mr. Wilkinson's art class presented their amazing masterpieces at the first annual middle school art show. Our middle school early college students received a plaque for volunteerism from, that's right, Stockton University. You can clap for them, that's right. Lee's Avenue. Our parent-teacher organization is great. They treated the staff to a catered lunch to show their appreciation. The third grade students received a visit from Northeastern Nick and learned about weather in South Jersey, as well as set goals for the future. Fifth grade students met Judge Teresa Perry Thompson, a family court judge in Atlantic County. She reminded our students about the importance of making good decisions and how their actions today can affect theirs tomorrow, which is one of our district's priorities. At North Main Street School, the 4th and 5th grade students were also visited by Judge Michelle Perry Thompson, whose platform is Words Matter, just like our belief. She echoes our belief that words matter. Actually, in our schools, we're using 100 words of praise because we want to use many words to recognize our students. 60 of our JROTC cadets, in partnership with Junior Achievement, provided grade-level curriculum instruction for K through 5th graders at North Main Street School, and they enjoyed it. There was Tech Night, which was successful. Parents and students participated in a technical climate. So thank you to the North Main Street School. Next is Washington Avenue School. They celebrated students who met their iReady challenge at the Kingpin Bowling Alley. The band students played a live rendition of Happy Birthday on the school news station WASN-TV. And the 3rd grade students were digging into the past for fossils as a hands-on exploration using salt dough. That had to have been pretty cool. At South Main Street School, they challenged their students to master their math facts in a weekly math facts competition. Students named are added to their Superpower Wall of Fame to celebrate their achievement, and they get a certificate or treat. They also celebrate Health is Wealth, and they celebrated March Green and Lean Month, exposing students to healthy eating habits. Every year, there is NJSLA assessments. And so I want to remind you of some important dates. April 30th through May 16th. Those dates are important for the middle school. There will be testing through those days. At Leeds, it's May 8th through May 31st. At North Main School, it's April 30th through May the 10th. And at Washington, it's April 30th through May 22nd. And at South Main, it's from May 2nd through May 10th. And how do students get ready? Well, I'm glad you asked. They get a good night's sleep, so no staying up late. They get up and they eat a healthy breakfast. They arrive to school on time, and they pay attention to instructions. And during the test, they take deep breaths and they breathe deeply. And also important, they think positively. And so we're going to put this up on the website, so to remind students and parents what to do to get our students ready. We are so excited about this year's summer program. It's open not only to elementary or middle school students. This year, our summer program is from kindergarten through 12th grade. Breakfast and lunch will be provided. Students will receive intervention and enrichment strategies and skills opportunities. The time will begin at 8:30 through 2:30. Students will participate Monday through Thursday, and it begins July the 8th through August the 1st. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be about mathematics, reading, language arts, social studies, emotional learning, and STEAM, science, technology, engineering, the arts, and mathematics. And then we have the visual performing arts that is connected to the summer program. So please look for the information and sign up. Some students are going to receive some letters of invitation. Please accept our invitation. It's going to be an amazing summer. So here in the district, we are really striving to build partnerships. I'm so excited about this partnership with the Recreation Center and the Coalition for Safe Community Schools, Safe Community. We've partnered with them and they with us to offer and expose our students to after-school programs. But these aren't just any programs. These are programs that have to do with fishing, boxing, and wrestling. And you might ask, well, why are we doing fishing, boxing, and wrestling? Well, because these programs have to do with social, emotional, cognitive, and physical development to foster in our students resilience and mitigate negative influence. We want them to build self-control and learn how to make positive decisions. And these types of programs aim to do just that. So we're so excited to continue our partnership with the Rec Center and the Coalition for Safe Community. We also recently received notice that the application that we filled for the New Jersey Department of Ed High Impact Tutoring Grant for a total of $383,000, $996 actually, was approved. And we're so excited that that grant will help us to accelerate learning and help to close the achievement gap. We're going to provide intensive tutoring for our students, and we want to link our tutoring with supporting students at home as well. So we're so excited to continue our partnership with the Department of Education. This next partnership, you'll see here, Stockton University, so I'm going to put this here, because you're going to see these in all of our schools. And I have the pleasure and the honor of inviting up with me the Vice President for Enrollment Management, Dr. Robert Heinrich, from Stockton University. He has spent his professional career as a committed member of the higher education community at Stockton University since 1998 and is currently serving as the Vice President for Enrollment Management, while supervising the offices of admissions, bursars, and financial aid. Dr. Heinrich has a critical role in developing and maintaining a comprehensive strategic vision for enrollment management that aligns with and enhances Stockton University's mission. As a member of the senior Stockton University's mission, Dr. Heinrich works collaboratively with his cabinet colleagues to promote the use of data analytics to improve student achievement and support strategic making. We're so excited to have him here, and he has a great, I'm not going to do it. I'm asking him to join me here, and wait, and before you speak, I'm going to give you a little, just a little token from the board and the district to say thank you for this partnership, and he's got a great announcement to make to the board and to the public, to parents and to students, and to the Pleasantville community. Thank you so much. Okay. And you're going to introduce your Director of Admissions.
Absolutely. Good evening. Thank you, Dr. Martinez. You know, Stockton University has been a longtime partner of the Pleasantville School District, and really what we're doing this evening is kind of formalizing the number of those practices into two memorandum of understandings between Stockton University and the Pleasantville School District. I do want to first, you know, in addition to myself being here tonight, I have another member of our leadership team, Miss Heather Medina, who is our Director of Admissions. Similar to myself, you know, we both have been with Stockton for over 25 years each. And Heather spent a lot of time in the Pleasantville School District in different roles that she's had within the university, so just let her say hello.
Buenas tardes. Buenas tardes. Estamos bien agradecidos para estar con ustedes esta tarde. And these are for her.
So just a little bit about this partnership agreement between Stockton and the Pleasantville School District. We operate a program at the Atlantic City campus called the Goals Gear Up. And this is through a grant that was afforded to the university from the Office of the Secretary of Higher Education. And it enables Stockton to provide preparation for students in grades 7 through 12 from both Atlantic City and Pleasantville to essentially assist them with preparation for post-secondary education or college preparedness after they've completed high school. And that program, which we host at the Atlantic City campus, includes a Saturday academy. It includes enrichment workshops that we provide in both the Pleasantville and Atlantic City school districts, and a summer bridge program for our scholars. And this is an important connection for your district because we recognize that, particularly during the pandemic, that there has been, significant challenges and learning loss. So we're really happy to be able to partner right alongside the educators of this community and provide additional services, not only for your students, but also for the families. And these services include assisting the students with preparing to take standardized tests, go through the college application process, an important consideration, which is the financial aid process, so assisting and preparing for how do we afford college and how do we do the free application for federal student aid or the FAFSA, as well as even visiting other schools. This program is a feeder into our Educational Opportunity Program, or EOF, which we have at the university for over 135 students every year. So as this program is continued to be rolled out, we're going to be doing more in collaboration with Dr. Martinez to ensure that all the families of the district are aware that the program is available. We offer transportation and pickup and drop off of the students, as well as meals, and there's even a stipend for the students who participate in the Saturday Academy and the Summer Enrichment Program. So I really highly encourage those students who might be interested in taking part in this to get involved. In addition, the second really exciting partnership that I would like to share is that with Stockton University, for those students who enter 7th grade in the middle school in the Pleasantville School District, Stockton is going to guarantee admissions to our university through the dual path partnership. And this is an important collaboration. We've assembled a number of what we call high school dual credit courses. And in collaboration with Atlantic Cape Community, we're bundling those courses, creating a pathway, an accelerated pathway that is, for students who may choose to want to finish high school and their baccalaureate essentially in 6 years. So that's one option. But if a student takes the traditional option of 4 years in high school, they have a guaranteed conditional acceptance into Stockton, including some scholarship opportunities. So really excited to be part of the community. We are also going to be putting up some banners, to promote this in collaboration with the district. So we will be doing more information sessions for the community in the upcoming months to provide more information. But thank you again, Dr. Martinez. We are happy to partner and work alongside you.
Thank you so much. I'm going to translate like very quickly. Para traducirla, para los que no entienden inglés, mayormente es que esta relación entre la Universidad de Stockton es una oportunidad para nuestros estudiantes que empiezan en 7º grado en la escuela intermedia, que son aceptados en la Universidad de Stockton condicionalmente de cuando se gradúen puedan asistir a la Universidad de Stockton. Y la otra cosa es que tienen la oportunidad de tomar cursos universitarios mientras estén aquí en nuestra escuela superior, que cuando se gradúen puedan obtener créditos de la Universidad de Stockton. Así que estamos sumamente agradecidos de esta relación y queremos continuar trabajando con ellos para darles oportunidades a todos nuestros estudiantes. A little bit shorter than that one, but it's all right. All right, so can I ask the board can we take a group picture? If you could come up stage so we can, just the board members.
So I just wanted to end by saying that we're going to have a few handouts. We'll leave them at the back table related to the dual credit program. And I also just wanted to mention, as we are moving towards becoming a Hispanic-serving institution, this partnership is incredibly important as we're making that move in our university.
So I'm excited about all of our partnerships. I'm really excited that we are increasing our opportunities for all of our students to have access to college, career, and readiness. So thank you so much. Next, we will have our celebration of students and employees. So I usually start with elementary school, right? Am I there? All right, here we go. What's the first school, Mr. Jones? Washington. So we usually put their names up. Okay, so Washington Avenue School, Students of the Month, Jaden Gonzalez. No, está Jaden. Is Dr. Cooper in the house by any chance? So while there's Jaden, then there is Mariana Maldonado Vargas. while Mariana's coming up, we also have Anthony Lopez. Hold on. Here, come on over. Vamos para acá. Jaden. Dale, mijo. How are you? Here's your certificate, buddy. ¿Y tú? Qué linda. ¿Cómo estás? Dame la manito. Tú eres Mariana. Bien. Anthony, ¿cómo estás? Gracias. Here you go. Okay. Hold on, stand right there. There we go. And then we have Kayla Ruiz. ¿Dónde está Kayla? Victoria Martínez Castillo. Right? Y Taisa Maruas Reyes. All right, Washington Avenue in the house. Thank you so much. Then we have North Main. Miss McGaney, hi. Is she here? McGaney guy? All right. Well, we'll begin with Fabian Mejia Hernandez. Rosabela Núñez. Joylen Ramirez. Omar Mendoza Hernández. Y Wilfredo Pérez. And Andre Guillen Toral. André Guillen Toral. Y Wilfredo Pérez, ¿está? That's North Main. Hola. Look at that big smile. ¿Cómo te llamas? Hmm?
Thank you.
What's your name?
Andrea, give me.
Ah, how are you? Good. I'm not sure we spelled your name. Let me see. Did we spell that right?
No.
Okay, we'll fix it. Thank you. All right. That's North Main. A big round of applause. South Main. Ready? Where's South Main? All right. We have Isabela Castillo Reyes. Benjamin Ruiz Puga. Daniel Hernández Hernández. Lupita Pacheco Ortiz. Oh, look who's coming. Hola, ¿cómo te llamas? Benjamín. Benjamín. Mucho gusto. ¿Y tú cómo te llamas? Daniel Hernández. Allá, miren allá. ¿Y tú cómo te llamas? Isabela. Mucho gusto. ¿Y tú cómo te llamas? Lupita. Mucho gusto. Let's give this group of young people a big round of applause. Oh, wait a minute. I got some more. I have Elba Zapata Peña. No, this is the rest of their group. Elba Zapata. I almost forgot. Elba, ven acá. and Anthony Mejia Beltran. Oh, I got some relatives named Beltran. ¿Cómo estás? Hola. Gracias. De nada. Ven, Anthony. Hola. Hi, Anthony. How are you? That's one over there. Okay, now we can clap for real. Thank you. Last but not least, elementary school, the Leeds Avenue School. At Leeds, we have Tylee Harvey. Come on, Tylee, where are you? Jalea Nixon. That's right, Jalea, where are you? All right. You must be Jalea. How are you, sweetheart? Nice to meet you. This is for you, big smile. Yes. That's right. Look over there. Look, do your fan club over there. Hi, Tylee. How are you? Nice to meet you. Right here. Right here. Great. Jadel A. Perez Garcia. Jadel. Carson Lyles is in the house. Where's Carson? How about Keegan Lyles? And at Leeds, Bernard Ryder. Hola. Jadel. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo? Right over there. Hola. ¿Cómo estás? Carson? Hello, how are you? Nice to meet you. I like that shake of hands, that's good. Well, let's open it up. How are you, sir? Good. Open it up. Look over there. Big round of applause to these students. Thank you to our elementary students. These are our future Stockton students, right? All right, here we go. Thank you so much. All right. To our great middle school of Pleasantville, we have 3 students that we're recognizing. Malaika Castillo, Mia Lara Gomez, and Imani Wallace. Wait, do I see? There we go. There's Principal Randolph taking pictures. Malaika, ¿cómo estás? Un placer. Go. That way. Hola. ¿Cómo estás? How are you? Mia. How are you? Nice to meet you. Big round of applause for our middle school students. Thank you to our middle school students. And to one of the great high schools in New Jersey, Pleasantville High School. That we invite. Oh, that's right. That's Greyhound Pride. Francis Baez Barinas. Jasley Rodriguez Batista. Giselle Vivas. And Tashana Gibson. ¿Cómo te llamas? Giselle. Giselle, are you a junior? Yeah. Giselle Vivas, you're a junior. This is a junior. You're getting closer to your dreams each day. Keep up the hard work and you will get the best results. I wish you a great future because you deserve it. Hello. And you are Tashana? a minute. Tashana is our senior. That's right, round of applause. Tashana, you're getting closer to your dreams each day. Keep up the hard work and you will get the best results. I wish you a great future because you deserve it. We are so proud of our students. And I'm sorry we missed from Leeds, Jamil Simmons. Is Jamil here? And Marie Hamilton. Come here. What's your name? Camille, you are awesome. I like that energy. So, Camille. Wait a minute. I got it wrong? Jamil. Ah, that's what happens when you don't wear the glasses. Jamil, how are you? Jamil, we made a mistake, but to make up for that, how about you have lunch with the superintendent? Yeah? High five. I owe you a certificate and lunch. Will do? All right, where's his parent? Where's his parent? Mom, he gets a certificate and a one-to-one lunch with the superintendent. All right? Thanks, Jamil. You get your certificate tomorrow, okay? Thank you. All right. Oh, wait a minute. May I go? No. I got two lunches. How do I say your name? Kamari Hamilton. What grade are you in, Kamari? Kamari, we made a mistake. Because we did. But to make up for that mistake, you're going to have a one-to-one lunch with the superintendent. Is that all right with you? All right. So where are your parents? Where are they? All right, he gets a one-to-one with the superintendent. We have a great lunch, okay? Thank you. You get your certificate tomorrow. Thank you. All right. Thank you to our high schoolers and to our students.
Good job.
So life is full of learning from mistakes. So when we fall, we teach, it's not how you fall, it's how you get back up. So thank you to our parents. We appreciate you. And a great education, high quality education, no se me vayan todavía. High quality education occurs with a great staff. So we want to recognize several employees of the month. Would Tara Bach, the art teacher at Washington, can she come up, please? Tara Bach. We have Katie Jackson, physical education teacher at North Main. Hey, how are you? Thank you. Miss Cyrita Primus, she's our inclusion teacher at Leeds, and I believe that she's on sabbatical for a moment, right? Miss Primus? Yeah, but we want to recognize her. Miss Patricia Davis, inclusion teacher at Leeds. And Miss Shirley Fantasia, first grade teacher at South Main. Curtis Hicks, behavioral disabled teacher at the middle school. Hello, thank you. Tracy Boswell, teacher at the high school. Where's Miss Boswell? And then we have a person who works really to make things happen in the transportation department with Ms. Tracy Holland. Would you please join us? Come on, Ms. Holland. Come on up. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, at Pleasantville, we really recognize not just our students, but our staff. It takes everyone to educate all of our students. So, big round of applause to our staff. Once again, I want to thank the Stockton family. Thank you so much for your partnership, for this tremendous, I think this is a great day and a great opportunity for the Pleasantville families, students, and community. We thank you very much, and we look forward to working with you some more. That concludes the superintendent's report.
Any questions, board, on the superintendent's report or on Stockton or anything else?
No questions.
Okay. Is next Michelle Kennedy? Are you here, Michelle? You can come up.
How are you? Thank you.
Okay, while he gets started, I am Michelle Kennedy. For those of you I have not met, I am your field service rep from New Jersey School Boards Association. Is it on? Testing? Okay. Thank you for having me. For those of you I have not met, my name is Michelle Kennedy, and I'm your field service representative from New Jersey School Boards Association. So today, I am going to take you through the superintendent's evaluation process. Now, some of you may be conflicted, and therefore you will not be able to participate in this evaluation process. You all have copies of the presentation in your packet. So in the sake of time, we'll just start working from this while the presentation is figured out. Now, what you have in front of you is the requirements, the overview, and the online access as to how you will start your superintendent's evaluation process. If you look on the first page, slide 3, these are the legal guidelines. So by law, according to NJSA 18A 1720.3a, you are supposed to evaluate your superintendent once a year. The evaluation must be done in writing, and the evaluation is based on goals and objectives that were set at the beginning of the year, as well as the responsibilities of the superintendent and any criteria that is set by the State Board of Education. Now, when you take a look at the procedures, which is NJAC 6A 10-8.1, the evaluation must be completed by July 1. It must be completed by July 1. Okay, and when you're doing this evaluation, you are going to be evaluating in areas of strengths, areas of need and improvement, recommendations for professional growth, and any indicators of student progress and growth. And then also, that evaluation will include a summary conference, okay? And all of this will be done in closed session, which we'll get to a little bit later in the slides. Next slide, please. All right, this is also a CUSAC requirement, okay? So your evaluation, your superintendent's evaluation is a CUSAC requirement. So it has to be completed by July 1, which I stated a few minutes ago, and then it has to be in line with your procedures, the contract, and these are the points that you will obtain through CUSAC if these guidelines are met. So try and meet these guidelines so you will not lose any points on your CUSAC. Next slide, please. Now, our evaluation standards, these are the 6 standards that we use in our evaluation tool. And our evaluation tool was done in collaboration with the Administrators Association. So this is a collaborative tool that we are very proud of because the Superintendents Association and New Jersey School Boards Association collaborated on this tool. So these are the standards that you will be evaluating your superintendent on. So you have your mission, vision, core values, governance, ethics, and professional norms, operation management. You're going to be looking at curriculum instruction, assessment, and school improvement, care of the community, equity, and any family engagement, and then that professional capacity and community of school and district personnel. So those are the 6 standards that the evaluation tool will work from. Next slide, please. Now, this is a snapshot of the tool. So each area will have its own indicators. So this is the mission, vision, and core value. These are the 7 indicators that roll up under this standard. And then to the right, this is the performance level. So this is what the non-conflicted board members will be rating your superintendent on, these indicators under this particular standard. And as you can see in this example, there were 2 exemplaries, 5 proficient, so the overall assessment for this particular standard is proficient. So that's how the tool operates. You will go in and rate accordingly, and then the tool will, spit out what is the total assessment based on how the board members rank the superintendent on that particular standard. Next slide, please. Now, keep in mind that when you are looking at these standards, the definition is different for each rating, okay? So exemplary for standard 1, the definition for that may be different for standard 2. So pay close attention to those definitions when you are rating your superintendent in the 1 through 6 standards of the evaluation. Next slide, please. Now, you know, we think our tool is very fair. Again, it was designed in collaboration with the Superintendent's Association. And our components include documentation, so the superintendent will have the opportunity to upload any type of evidence to support the ranking or rating that she is giving herself. Those ratings, they will measure the performance of the expectation of those standards. Remember, the criteria is based on the goals and objectives that were established at the beginning of the school year. And then there's also a section where you'll have the opportunity to write comments. You'll be able to write comments on the evaluation in each of those particular standards. And then also, the majority opinion is what will be reflected in the summary portion of the evaluation. And then you'll have that evaluation conference face-to-face with your superintendent. And again, that will be conducted in closed session. Next slide, please. All right, so let's talk about the evaluation process. So the evaluation process started last year when the goals and objectives were set and the board approved them. You know, hopefully you receive progress and updates as to where or what the direction of those goals were going in. Tonight can be considered as your pre-conference part of your evaluation process, because you are supposed to have a pre-conference, which basically just says that the board has discussed this process and you are going to come up with a calendar to meet that July 1st deadline. Your superintendent will start the evaluation process off, okay? She will receive a link from New Jersey School Boards Association. She will go into the link, enter her goals, objectives, and upload any supporting evidence as to why she feels as though she rated herself accordingly as per whatever goal area. Once the superintendent completes that part of the evaluation, within 48 hours, all of the board members will receive an email from New Jersey School Boards Association. And I say all because we do not parse out who's non-conflicted. But up at the top of that email in red letters, it does indicate that if you are non-conflicted, stop, like do not proceed. So you will receive the email, any non-conflicted board members, but you are not to proceed to complete the evaluation, okay? So once the board members have received the email to start their evaluation process, you'll go in, and once it's completed, the designee will need to reach out to me, to myself, to let me know that all board members have completed the evaluation so I can close it out and have the compilation reports sent over, okay? So that's a very important step. And then also, it's important also that your census report reflects whoever that designated person is, okay? So make sure your census report within the New Jersey School Boards Association portal does reflect whoever the designee is to complete your superintendent's evaluation. All right, so once the compilation report is put together, then it will be sent to the designee, who will then go into closed session and make sure you do your proper rights letters to your superintendent. You will go into closed session and you will discuss that compilation report, and you'll come up with your summary piece of that evaluation, okay? And then once that is finished and that report is all put together, That report should be given to the superintendent, so she will have time to look at it, and then we'll meet with the full board, well, the non-conflicted board members will meet to discuss the final outcome of the evaluation. Next slide, please. So I just touched on pre-evaluation conference. This is today. We can put this down as today. We talked about the process. Hopefully you can come up with your calendar so everyone can know, the timeline, so you will meet that July 1st deadline. Next slide, please. This is a copy of the calendar. I believe all of you should have one in your books. The top of the calendar, this is where you will start this after the evaluation process is completed, because then you're gearing up for the next school year. So if we jump down into the middle section of the calendar, this is the superintendent evaluation process. So today could be your evaluation pre-conference. The next step would be for the superintendent to go in and list the goals and objectives and provide any evidence as to how those goals and objectives were achieved. So you want to give a date for that. And then you, the individual board members, you'll have your time to go in and evaluate based on goals and objectives and the evidence that was uploaded. And then the report will be compiled. We need a date for that. Then we need another date for when you will have that closed session meeting to discuss the compilation report. And then the summary will be developed, and that will need to be shared with the superintendent prior to that summary conference. So you need a date for that. And then, of course, by July 1st, the full board must have met with the superintendent to discuss the final evaluation. And then for you as the board members, there's a section at the bottom where you can give yourself a timeline as to when you can complete your own self-evaluation and when you can set your board goals, okay? Next slide, please. Again, this is just a lot of, I'm reiterating a lot of stuff here, but this is important stuff, especially to meet that July 1st deadline. So next steps, after superintendent enters district goals, supporting evidence, the board will receive their link to go in and complete their part of the evaluation. New Jersey school boards will compile that information. Once I get the green light that all board members have completed their part of the evaluation, the designee will receive that report, which is confidential. A rights notice must go to the superintendent, because at that point, the non-conflicted board members will meet in closed session to discuss the outcome of the compilation report. The designee will write that summary, and that's going to come out of that meeting that all of the non-conflicted board members will be participating in. After that summary is written, it's given to the superintendent to allow time for the superintendent to read it, digest it, and then the board will come back with the superintendent for the final summary conference. So that's the process in a nutshell. Next slide. Again, repetitious annual summary. Make sure you share the summary prior to the final conference. Majority of total members present, and then the minority opinion may be expressed in that summary evaluation. Next slide. This is where the link is. It's on the homepage of New Jersey School Boards Association's website, but again, you will receive an email with the link in it, but for some reason, if you don't, you can go right to njsba.org, the homepage, scroll down at the bottom, and that's how you'll access the link. Next slide. This is where, after you access that link, this is just showing you how you can go in and start the process. And this is also the same link that you will use as the board members when you complete your own self-evaluation. Next slide. Just some points to consider. This is not a once-a-year event, even though that July 1st, because everything that's going in this evaluation, you're doing it all year long. Like, this is going on all year long. Develop a system to retain the evidence. I'm sure your superintendent has, files and folders of, all of the things that she has done within this year. It's the responsibility of all non-conflicted board members to participate in this process. You're going to review the performance over a full year, so this is going to be the full year. You'll have that two-way communication because you'll be meeting with the superintendent to discuss the outcome of the evaluation. And then the last important piece for the board members is to make sure you evaluate yourself also when you do that board evaluation. Next slide. So that's it. Any questions? I know it probably seems like a lot, but it's really a simple process once you get started.
Ms. Kennedy, will you be available if some of the board members need help getting on or getting to that site?
Yeah, absolutely. I believe on the back of that booklet, if you click that QR code, if you don't have my contact information, it can be pulled from that QR code. But yeah, reach out if you have any questions. I'll be more than happy to get you through it.
And also, Mrs. Gray, the vice president, she will be spearheading this
Okay, so that's
evaluation.
Okay.
So,
Okay. All right. Any questions? Yeah, do you have a question?
How do we identify the core values?
How do you identify those?
Yeah.
So your superintendent, she's going to upload those goals and objectives, and you're going to look at the indicators for that standard, and that's how you're going to determine if the information that she uploaded support that. And then also, I'm glad you brought that up. If there is something that you did not observe or you have no clue, check off not observed, because that has no adverse effect on the evaluation. So feel free to check off not observed if you did not witness anything or you can't give a fair rating. It's okay to check off not observed, and there's no effect either way on the evaluation. All right, anything else? So I guess make sure you establish those dates. Okay. Oh, okay. You want to share them? You going to share them with me? Okay. Okay. You're going to tell your board?
should I go through all of them? She has the timeline.
The timeline, okay.
What she's going to share
So
with
should
you
I-
and the board.
Okay.
So in order for us to make sure we meet this goal, because we do not want to have QSEC points taken off for this. So she created the timeline
Okay,
so we can be 100%.
okay. Okay, so, well, you have April 6th, you have April 16th for today. So this is the this is the middle section of the calendar that we're going to try and plug these dates in so everyone knows and you will meet
Board
that July
members.
1.
This is, yes, we're looking at this sheet right here that we're dealing with.
Okay, so I guess for the evaluation pre-conference, for your date, that's today, April 16th. And Ms. Gray, for the inputs, district goals, achievement, what is the target date for the superintendent to complete that?
May the 10th,
May 10th?
yes.
Okay. All right, for
Is
the,
that okay?
is that doable?
Do you want me to keep going? So the board, the individual members complete their evaluation mid-May, but we, well, I was thinking May 31st.
Okay, May 31st.
Is that okay with everyone? Okay. And then, right. So the NJSBA compiles individual responses by June the 5th.
Yeah, that's doable. That's fine.
That's okay. And then the board executive session meeting to review June the 11th. Is that okay?
So where are you now?
The board Rice CSA.
So June 11th, that's a regular board meeting? That's
Yes.
a board meeting, okay. So just be mindful about the Rice notice.
The board president or designee, June the 11th. Can we do that?
Yeah,
Well-
so, I mean, that would be ideal because you're already together.
Right.
So you'll have those documents, and then you and the rest of the non-conflicted board members can just agree as to what will go into that summary piece of the evaluation based on the compilation reports that you'll have in your
Right.
possession.
Okay. And then board and superintendent Rice CSA, June the 25th.
Okay, so
Is that-
June the 25th, so I guess, so you'll have to have a special board meeting for that.
Right. Is that okay? Okay, well, I won't, June the 26th, so June 26th.
June 26th, okay. Okay.
Do we have to have a date right now for the Board of Education evaluation?
For your evaluation, you don't have to. No,
Okay.
you can, if you want to, just get through the superintendent evaluation process first, and then think of your dates. These are just suggestions that New Jersey school boards, we just suggest, May through July for that board evaluation piece. So,
Okay.
so yeah, you can think of that at a later date. I do, yeah. Okay. All right, no other questions? All right, well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
I didn't get the date for the board rights, CFA executive session. What date?
She said June 11th.
Oh, okay. And then the board or designee, the Sunday fifth evaluation, is that the same day?
Same day.
Same, the same day?
Mhm.
We don't know for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. We're good? I'm good? Okay, well, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Kennedy. Next, we need to approve did you do the fire drill, Dr. Martinez? 1.8 monthly fire drill and security report. Oh, okay, it's in there. Okay, I'm sorry. All right, 2.1, may I have a motion for the board minutes?
Motion?
Motion by Mrs. Alberto. Can I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. King. Any questions?
No.
No questions? Roll call, Ms. White.
Ms. Alberto?
Yes.
Ms. King?
Yes.
Ms. Mello?
Abstain. I was not here.
Ms. Silver?
Yes.
Ms. Waters?
Abstain.
Ms. Gray?
Yes.
Ms. Roel?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next, finance. May I have a motion for 3.1 to 3.17?
Motion?
Motion by Mrs. Alberto. Second. May I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. King. Any questions? No questions? Roll call, Ms. White.
Ms. Alberto?
Yes.
Ms. King?
Yes.
Ms. Mello?
Yes.
Ms. Silver?
Yes.
Ms. Waters?
Yes.
Ms. Gray?
Yes.
Ms. Roel?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next, transportation. May I have a motion for 4.1 to 4.5? I need a motion for transportation 4.1 to 4.5.
Motion?
Motion by Mrs. Alberto. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Mrs. King. Any questions? No questions? Roll call, Ms. White.
Ms. Alberto?
Yes.
Ms. King?
Yes.
Ms. Mello?
Yes.
Ms. Silver?
Yes.
Ms. Waters?
Yes.
Ms. Gray?
Yes.
Ms. Roel?
Yes.
Motion carries.
I need to go back to finance. There's something in there. Yes. So we need to go back to finance or something. Something in there what I'm saying about.
Okay, just tell us which one you want.
The charter school. Most things from the charter school.
Change
You're
the vote to reflect an
abstain
abstention.
on the charter school. Okay.
Everything is yes except the charter school, abstain. So sorry, everyone. Next is transportation. We did transportation? Facilities. I'm sorry. Facilities, may I have a motion for 5.1?
Motion.
Motion by Mrs. King. May I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Gray. Any questions? No questions? Roll call, Ms. White.
Ms. Alberto,
Yes.
Ms. King,
Yes.
Ms. Mello,
Yes.
Ms. Silver,
Yes.
Ms. Waters,
Yes.
Ms. Gray,
Yes.
Ms. Roel.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next, Human Resources. May I have a motion for 6.1 to 6.9?
President Rowell for
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
item 6, 6.2 new hires. A1, where it says to be determined, actually high school.
High school? Okay. Okay. Did you pull the motion? Did anybody motion it yet?
No.
No. Can I have a motion for Human Resources, 6.2 to 6.9?
Motion?
Motion by Mrs. Alberto. May I have a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Ms. King. Any questions?
I do have a question.
Yes.
On 6.9, the student-teacher placement, what is the student-teacher clinical placement? What is that? What is the definition or the activity?
Who's answering this? Ms. Dobbins?
6.9. 6.9.
You know, what is the definition or the action or the activity of a student-teacher clinical placement?
So the college students from Stockton come in and they have to get 50 clinical hours in order to meet the requirements of the classes. So they go in and they observe the classes with the students. So if the teacher's there and the Stockton student is there, and they actually observe. So that's their clinical part of their work.
Of their training. All right. Thank you.
Did we find some, for the volunteer, for the black girl? No. Okay, good. Okay. Any other questions, board? No questions? Roll call, Ms. White.
Ms. Alberto,
Yes.
Ms. King,
Yes.
Ms. Mello,
Yes.
Ms. Silver,
Yes.
Ms. Gray,
Yes.
Ms. Waters,
Yes.
Ms. Roel.
Yes to everything but the first name on page 13. Abstain.
Motion carries.
Next, curriculum and instructions. May I have a motion for, policy is next. I'm sorry, it wasn't highlighted here. May I have a motion for, we're doing policy, I'm sorry. May I have a motion for 7.1 to 7.2, the policies, new policy revised. So stress as may, school boards.
Motion.
Motion by Mrs. Gray. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Ms. King. Any questions? These are good policies, so if you haven't had a chance to read them, or if you have, you should read them. They're really good. No questions? Roll call, Ms. White.
Ms. Alberto,
Yes.
Ms. King,
Ms. King?
Yes.
Ms. Mello,
Yes.
Ms. Silver,
Yes.
Ms. Waters,
Yes.
Ms. Gray,
Yes.
Ms. Roel.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next, curriculum and instructions. May I have a motion for 8.1 to,
I'm sorry, Ms. Roel. For curriculum and instruction, we have a curriculum addendum 8.4. That's for the revision of the school calendar. And for, on curriculum, under resolutions G for Stockton, there's actually two MOAs, the Stockton Gear Up program, which we talked about, and there's guaranteed Stockton admission. So it's listed, but it's just the two contracts. We provided a copy for the board tonight
Okay.
of the contracts. Okay, and also we're removing number 1 on curriculum workshops and conferences, and number 37.
May I have a motion? May I have a motion for full curriculum and instructions?
Motion?
8.1 to 8.3. Motion by Mrs. Alberto. May I have a second? Are we okay over here?
Second.
Can we just pause 1 second?
That's the one we just finished.
President Rowell and board, please disregard.
Okay. Ma'am, where were we at? I'm lost. I lost. So who made the motion?
She did.
Oh, motion by Mrs. Alberto. Who was the second?
I think I
Mrs. King. Okay. Any questions? Ms. King, did you get a chance to look over the curriculum and instruction?
I did.
Anything you see that's not?
We did have a discussion of items that were questionable. I have been removed.
Okay.
So I think the vote's good.
Yeah, that's why I double checked.
Questions, Ms. King? Ms. Gray? Okay, great. Gotcha. Okay.
Ms. Rowell, also on the school calendar, the marking period, the date should be March the 4th, 2025 for the first and the third period interim report. It should be March the 4th, not March the 3rd on the calendar.
I have a question too about the calendar. When is the last day of school? What's the last day of school for this year? 25th?
These are the one we're in?
Yeah, right now.
23, 24. No, this graduation is June 20th.
Graduation is June 20th. For the high school?
Yes.
Okay. How about the middle school?
They're gonna do the
Middle school?
same day.
June what?
I have to check. I don't have days. Notice.
I got you. So when's the middle school graduation? Yes, please. Okay, we'll confirm it. Okay, so you'll confirm all those dates? Okay, yeah, we'll confirm those dates, okay. Roll call, Ms. White.
Who motioned
That's for the workshop.
for CNI? Who motioned?
Ms. Gray and Ms. King seconded.
No, it's for all.
Ms. Gray, okay.
So they including the workshop.
Ms. Alberto?
Yes.
Ms. King?
Yes.
Ms. Mello?
Yes for everything, for understanding for the workshop number 13.
Ms. Silver?
Yes.
Ms. Waters?
Yes.
Ms. Gray?
Yes.
Ms. Roel?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next, we're going to go into closed session.
It is hereby resolved that the Pleasantville Board of Education may go into closed or private session from which the public shall be excluded in accordance with the provisions as set forth in NJSA 10-4-12 and 10-4-13. The following subjects shall be discussed on this date in the session of the board closed to the public: personnel, pupil matters, any pending and anticipated litigation. Be it further resolved that the discussion in closed session will be disclosed to the public at this time or a future meeting of the Board of Education when it's no longer necessary to maintain the confidentiality nature of the items discussed. Motion.
Oh, may I have a motion to go in closed session?
Motion?
Motion by Mrs. Alberto. May I have a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Ms. King. Roll call.
Ms. Alberto?
Yes.
Ms. King?
Yes.
Ms. Mello?
Yes.
Ms. Silver?
Yes.
Ms. Waters?
Yes.
Ms. Gray? Ms. Roel?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Can I have a motion to come out of executive session?
You good?
Motion to come out of executive session?
Second? Oh, somebody-
Motion. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Next. Next is,
Motions out of executive session. Motion for the Board of Education to accept the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools and hereby approves to accept the HIT report for March the 12th, 2024, and April the 16th, 2024, as delivered and reviewed by the administration.
may I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mrs. King, second.
Second.
Second by Mrs. Waters. Any questions? No questions? Roll call.
Ms. Alberto?
Yes.
Ms. King?
Yes.
Ms. Mello? Ms. Silver? Ms. Waters?
Yes.
Ms. Gray?
Yes.
Ms. Roel?
Yes.
Motion carries. Second motion, motion for the Board of Education to accept the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools and hereby approves to the termination of employee ID number 105407, effective April 16th, 2024.
1 second. Go ahead. Oh, may I have a motion? Motion by Mrs. Gray. May I have a second?
Second.
Second by, I'll give it to Ms. Waters this time. Ms. Waters, any questions? No questions? Roll call,
Ms. Alberto?
Ms.
Ms. King?
Yes.
Ms. Mello?
Yes.
Ms. Silver?
Yes.
Ms. Waters?
Yes.
Ms. Gray?
Yes.
Ms. Roel?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Public comments. Anyone want to come for public comments? We misplaced the list, I'm so sorry. I know it was David on there from the PEA was on there, I believe.
Yes,
And
yes,
Ms.
I am.
Henderson.
I want to let this young lady go before me.
Okay, thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Donna Scanner, and I am here to ask why we are not able to walk on the football field, the track field.
Can y'all hear me?
No.
All right. She's asking why is the public not allowed to walk on the track as previously practiced? Like the gates used to be open, they used to be able to come and go for a walk and exercise and she's stating that they're not allowed to now. And she's asking for permission or for you guys to reconsider that option.
Can someone give me an answer? I was at the
Mrs.
city hall and they told me to come over here.
Mrs. Dr. Martinez?
What's the question? Why is the track and field not being used?
Right, by the public.
Right, we're currently working on that matter to ensure that the public has access to the track and field and to the swimming pool and other areas. There's more information that will be forthcoming.
That's what the city hall told me, to come over here and y'all would give me an answer.
So we're working on making sure that we have the right information so that we have safety and security for everyone and access to residents who want to use track and field. So that's forthcoming.
Can you give me a roundabout a time or for a date? But it's been almost 8 years now.
8 years.
I can't respond for the 8 years, ma'am. What I will say to you is that I am committed to working with the board on making sure that our district is the beacon of Pleasantville community and that our residents have access to our resources as well as our students. So I am working collaboratively, and our team is working collaboratively with the city of Pleasantville so that we can have a great opportunity for our residents.
And for the pool?
I am working with them. We are working to have that information way before the end of the school year.
I'll be back for the next meeting.
We'll be here. We are working quickly to try and resolve some of these matters.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
My name is Tamara Winbush. I am the Vice President of Pleasantville Junior Jokers Football Organization. I put in applications to do a meet and greet as we did last year in all 4 of the elementary schools as well as the middle school. I did see it on the agenda for Washington Avenue School, but not the other elementary schools in the middle school. So was it denied or is it approved or?
I'm sorry, I had difficulty hearing your organization.
Pleasantville Junior Jokers Football Organization?
Oh, the Jokers. There might be an error.
Okay. So do you know when I'll know if it's approved for all 4 elementary as well as the middle school?
I'll reach out to you tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else from the public?
David Dudley, PA. The PA executive team is requesting an official meeting with the superintendent. We have been able to meet previously, but due to different scheduling conflicts or cancellations, we haven't met in quite some time. As of today, April 16, 2024, the PA is requesting that the threat assessment team have a meeting in April, sometime this month, to address staff safety concerns when staff members themselves are maybe a victim of assault. Lastly, we, the PA, have some concerns with the calendar for the 2024-25 school year as it currently stands. I know there was an amendment and the schedule that's available is edited and changed, but I still think it does not reflect 180 days for the students. But like I said, we have some other concerns that we'd like to meet and express our ideas or maybe our concerns.
I'll reach out to you,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Dudley. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Good evening, Linda Henderson, PEA Vice President for Support Staff. I just wanted to introduce yourself and let you know that I took on the position of the Vice President for Support Staff. So I will be coming out and communicating with you. I don't go by hearsay, so I just want to put it on the record that I am a communicator. And I think it's going to have a successful school year, we have to communicate. We cannot not have meetings. And while I know everybody is busy and everybody have issues and things happen, we have to communicate. And every department have to work together. So if I come up here, you can believe that I have tried to communicate to someone and I was not heard, and I'm going to bring it before you. I do have some staff members and co-workers who have complaints but are afraid to come up to you or afraid to go to the administration. And I got to tell y'all that don't sit well with me. We should not be afraid to come to our administrator to say whatever the problem may be or come before the board. There should be no retaliation because you need to know what's going on so that we can have a successful school year. It's truly about the kids for me. I know a lot of people say it, but that is me. I live here in the community just like you. So if the children don't succeed, the community don't succeed, I don't have no success. So I will be communicating with you, and I hope that we can do well together and communicate in all that we do and have a successful year. Thank you. Have a good evening.
Thank you. Ms. Noel?
Yes, Priscilla Noel. I wanted to address, because I'd like to think that we're working toward becoming a village, being a family, being what embodies a community. But when you have an undercurrent of acrimony among employees and in community, it has to be brought to the forefront. The last meeting, there were seniors that were honored up here for having biliteracy certification. And I've heard in the community, and even from some employees, not many, but there are a few, that have said that, Dr. Martinez caters to the Hispanic students only. She cares for the Hispanic students. I think that is racist, and it doesn't belong in Pleasantville. So a lot of times people can be educated, but they can operate out of ignorance based on their biases, and it needs to stop. So let's educate each other about biliteracy. New Jersey offers the seal of biliteracy for students who demonstrate a high level of proficiency in speaking, reading, listening, and writing in one or more world languages, in addition to English. The following languages are available for the seal of biliteracy: Arabic, Chinese Mandarin, French, German, Hindi, Italian, Japanese, Korean, Portuguese, Russian. Should I keep going? So when we point out that it just happened to be 40 Hispanic students up here have biliteracy, newsflash, you can know Spanish and be illiterate in Spanish. So we need to stop with this. And if you didn't know and you don't realize, it's not a majority Black community anymore. It's 70% of the students or more are Hispanic. And I've never witnessed that Dr. Martinez is catering only to the Hispanic students. It's a district. She has to implement policies because there hasn't been no leadership. So that's why I say that employees of select few are acrimonious. And every time a superintendent comes in here, they find something to try to disrupt so that there's no consistent leadership, so that there is not some policies implemented that are successful enough to give these students a chance. So when people say, oh, yeah, for the kids, but you know things are in disrepair and you won't come to this mic. You know that there's supplies that the students need and you won't come to this mic. But when contract time comes, oh, this house is packed, this house is full. So we need to stop. If we're gonna collaborate, be real. If you don't wanna come, when your neck is on the line and you think that you might get retaliation, then you don't need to come at all. Leave the district.
Thank you, Ms. Noel. Okay, next, board comments. Board comments, Ms. Alberto. No, Ms. Waters. Ms. Silver.
No comment.
Ms. Mello.
Oh,
Ms. King.
just want to say good evening, and we had a very, I'd say, productive presentation.
Okay, no, we didn't. We'll do that. Miss Gray? Okay. It's my turn. Would like to thank everyone for coming out today. It's nice to see Miss Mellon back. Once again, we just ask you to pray for the Morgan family because they had a loss. So we just ask you to keep them in prayer. Also, I would like to say thank you, Dr. Martinez, for coming into the district. Sometimes people don't understand the part that you have to play in this district. And as they say, Rome was not built overnight. and every one of you have lived in this district. You know the things that have been going on in the school and how the school is run and how certain board meetings was run and how you can carry on. It's public knowledge. You can just go back and look on it. But for what Dr. Martinez has come in and done, her and her team, we, the board, and if the board doesn't agree with me, you can speak up now. I think she's done a great job. We stand behind her. We're not saying that Dr. Martinez is perfect, but she does have flaws, but she gives her all in all from what we see. When she came in, she put her shoes on the ground running. She would be here almost 10, 12 hours a day when everybody had left. So we have to give her a chance, her and her team. We can't clean up everything like that, but we're working on it. And as you can see the change in the board meetings. And sometimes, like I said in the beginning about 2 years ago, and I may have said it earlier, sometimes sitting up here is not easy because different ones look at us to think that we have the answers, or we're supposed to vote certain way, but we vote what's best for the district. And sometimes you may not understand that. Sometimes it's hard, but we have to look at the facts and we have to look at what's best for our district. And don't let me forget, I thank the employees of the district here too, from the custodians on down, the custodians and everyone that plays a part in the district, because we can't run a district without you guys. And I want to let you know, and the board wants to let you know, that we appreciate you. And I know we appreciate you guys. We really do. I mean, we appreciate you because without you guys here, we can't get the job done. Our kids couldn't learn. Our kids couldn't have the one-on-one aids. We wouldn't have nobody supervising. We would not have nobody cleaning the floors. We wouldn't have security, making sure our buildings are safe. So we do thank you, we do appreciate you, but once again, like I said, she has a lot of decisions that are hard decisions. And as she consults the board and we go to our committee meetings and she brings some stuff to us, sometimes we gotta scratch our head and we say, well, you know, but she just I wanna say her and her team has a difficult decision and we're trying to clean it up, we're trying to do what's right. So with that, I don't want you to be discouraged. I want you to be encouraged. And we hear you guys, what you're saying. We may not say nothing right then and there. I understand the PEA, David and the PEA Vice President, Ms. Henderson, came up and spoke. I'm sure Dr. Martinez is going to address the situation with you guys and get back to you and make sure everything is A-okay. But I want to let you know from the board, we appreciate you guys and what you do and keep the good work up. We will see you again. Our next board meeting will be May 14th, and our superintendent also wants to say something.
To the members of the PEA, I'll reach out so that we can begin our collaborative think tank to improve our district. I want to thank the board. Today was really an important moment so that all students in Pleasantville Public Schools have an opportunity for college, career, and an opportunity to make decisions to impact their lives and have access to a post-secondary education like college, regardless of who they are, regardless of the language they speak, regardless of where they come from, regardless of their experiences and circumstances. Our students have an opportunity to go to college and to have support. And I want to thank this board for making that happen with your decision. Thank you for being instrumental in providing access to students in the middle grades so that they can begin to think about opportunities. My staff and I and the great teachers that are here, staff members, we have wonderful staff. We want to continue to work together to transform this district and be a district that's recognized for excellence in education and services. So thank you.
To approve the HIB report. We did? Oh, we did? From the one from last week too? Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so may I have a motion to adjourn? Motion by Mrs. Alberto, second by Ms. Gray, and all in favor? Aye. Okay, we'll see you next month. Have a good one and get home safe.